Welcome back. Now, the junior secondary school education is still proving a headache and a challenge to teachers and parents. From having only one teacher to put infrastructure, learning in most of the public schools in the rural areas is becoming unbearable. Now, the picture is totally different from some of the private schools that have enough teachers and even imported state-of-the-art equipment just to facilitate a CBC. A coast-based reporter, Tobias Chanji, was in Kwale County and filed the following story that gives the two sides of JSS education.
This is Jomo Kenyatta Primary School in Msambweni sub-county in Kwale. It is the most modern public primary school in the county and has attracted a large population of learners in junior secondary school.
What are we going to do?
They have to squeeze in this single classroom, and according to the head teacher, Juma Mganga, the teachers are not enough either.
The teachers are not enough. I urge the government to employ more teachers, though in the condition that should be internship, but still we are in need of them because of the number of learners being increasing day after day.
The school lacks the required laboratories for science lessons. To make the matters worse, there is no school around that has laboratories.
Though the government urged the principals and the teachers to take the learners to the nearest secondary school, but some are referred from the secondary school.
These sentiments are shared by both the Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education, KUPPET, and Kenya National Union of Teachers, NAT, Kwale branch.
At the end of it all, we are going to lose a whole generation because of mismanagement of the students and the teachers.
Ukiangalia kwa mtazamo wa juu ni kama ambayo elimu imedunishwa, imerudi chini kwa sababu ya vile ambavyo inaendeshwa.
In some JSS schools, only one teacher is around to teach. In the scenario, he or she will teach all lessons.
I know of a school whereby the teacher who is there is supposed to be teaching Kiswahili and IRA. Yet right now, he's teaching almost all the subjects, including mathematics and sciences, which maybe the parents don't know, but the students who are there are really suffering.
But the picture painted here is totally different with most of private schools. For example, this is Avion Junior Secondary School, where the teacher is teaching using a smart board, while all classrooms are connected to Wi-Fi to integrate learning with ICT. All the furniture here is imported, as learners in public schools grapple with where to find laboratory services. This school has several of them.
And in our school, we have put a state-of-art facility because having been in the sector, I know what is missing and what is necessary to provide the quality education. With the 21st century learner, they are ICT-oriented and they have many skills in ICT.
She says there is a very big gap between the public and private junior secondary schools.
And our main reason for coming up with this school is because we saw the gap. When we had a change in the curriculum to the CBC, the government was not very prepared in terms of infrastructure, and we had some confusion of where the learners will be.
The Msambweni Sub-County Director of Education says they are doing an analysis of the journey of CBC for a clear roadmap.
For the academic excellence to take place from the beginning, even as we transit to junior to CBC full-time. So here we have a total of 56 public primary school heads, where we also have got 52 junior secondary schools. We are all meeting here so that we can have a clear roadmap for the term.
Tobias Chanji, KTN News, Kwale County.
Still on matters, CBC but in the Nyanza region, and as learning in schools take shape for the first time, junior secondary school are still encountering serious challenges. From understaffing to inadequate funding, these challenges continue to pose a threat to successful implementation of the curriculum. Bramo Bwire conducted a spot check on several schools in Nyanza and paints a picture of JSS rollout.
In Kisumu County, the successful implementation of competency-based curriculum, JSS program is still facing a number of stumbling blocks affecting the learners and teachers in equal measure. When we visited Umbaka Primary in Nyando constituency, the situation here laid bare challenges standing in the way of CBC implementation, specifically the JSS section. According to the head teacher, David Were, the school has 60 students who transitioned to grade 8. This is against 2 teachers. The worry is that the feeder schools around Umbaka that will feed their pupils to the school for grade 7.
Like a school, we have 2 JSS teachers. So some of the primary teachers now have to take subjects in the junior secondary because they cannot handle all the subjects. Then the issue of infrastructure, things like laboratory, things like computer lab, home science room, those ones are also a challenge because we should have them for CBC to succeed the way it is. Yes.
Were also confirmed that a school located in a flood-prone zone lacks adequate infrastructure, such as classrooms and laboratories, which are a requisite for the CBC learning. At Saverian Comprehensive School located in the city, however, the situation is better off. With furnished spacious classes, the school has already procured all materials necessary for JSS learners.
The government sent us money last year, which we accumulated this year. I bought the books at the end of the year. In fact, I'll show you in a short while the books that we bought, and we received them yesterday. We want to just distribute them. We are waiting for the learners to give them. We bought enough laboratory equipment that can be used for the learners can share, because the teachers can use them to share as we wait to program with our parents so that we have a school laboratory room. But so far, I think in terms of resources, we are not complaining as a school. The government has given us funds, though not enough, but I'm sure it has helped us to meet what we want to do as a school.
A spot check at various private schools within Kisumu clearly shows the difference in preparation and how some learners will be more privileged than other schools. The Sitam schools in Kisumu is one such. Everything seems well organized from teachers to infrastructure. They acknowledge that CBC, if well managed, will be the best system for the education sector.
The mission for this curriculum is to identify and nurture every learner's potential. And if you do a direct comparison of 844 and CBC, I would say that if well implemented, then it's a good curriculum. So even as we hear of the noise, the hullabaloo about JSS teachers going on strike, I think if the government would just do proper alignment of the resources that they have in terms of human resource, we would not have this trouble. But generally, I would say that it's a good thing. Let it proceed.
Despite the challenges being experienced, the teachers are optimistic that eventually the program will achieve its mission of specifically identifying and developing learner strength at an early stage. Bramwell Bire, KT News, Kisumu.
Now let's have a look at this.